me put this. Who's the mic expert? Testing. Is that clear enough? Yeah, if you can do. Yeah. Actually, it sounds okay. Does that sound okay? No? Higher.
Higher.
Higher. Let's go higher.
Can you give a tap on your shirt for me, that? Just for visuals? Yeah. Perfect. Lovely. How high? Here?
Higher.
Yeah, higher.
Higher. Yeah. Cover my face.
Okay,
Yeah. That's good.
Okay. Are you good?
Okay. What does pressure feel like in your world? Have you ever been in a situation where you've delivered a piece of work and just after you deliver it, you're second guessing yourself thinking, did I really do okay? Or maybe you've been in a meeting room, lots of noise, conflicting priorities, and angry stakeholders. And you thought to yourself, am I the only one who's feeling the pressure here? Well, the question I want to ask you, have you ever been, and by a show of hands, have you ever been in a situation where you're under pressure on the inside, but on the outside it looks cool? Yeah, thank you. I think common humanity, many of us have been in that situation. And I've been working in the technology world for over 20 years, and I've seen pressure at the sharp end, and even outside the technology space, we all face pressure to a certain degree. It's something that we can't avoid. So the question is, how do we handle it? And what I want to talk to you about today is a thing called anti-fragile confidence. Anti-fragile confidence, and I'll explain a little bit more about that as we go along. I just want to share a little story. A few years ago, quite a few years now, I was working as part of a IT department. There was 120 of us, and just one day, out of the blue, we all got the memo, we want you to go to the meeting room A. So we all went along to meeting room A. We sat there, we was wondering what this is about, whatever. And basically the message was, our jobs were at risk. All 120 of us, our jobs are at risk. So obviously that means different things to different people. Depends on your circumstances. To me, I was quite worried. I had two young kids at that time, and I was worried about losing my job. It turns out in the end, we did get made redundant. We got paid a nice big check and etc. However, 10 people were kept on. And even though I got my check and I managed to get another job afterwards, it always bugged me, why wasn't I one of the 10? What was it about me? Why couldn't I be one of the 10? And for quite a while, that, there was seeds of doubt in my mind. Even when I started a new job, I was still thinking, why wasn't I one of the 10? But it came to a point where I said to myself, I've got to ask myself better questions. And I asked myself, the first question was, what can I learn from this situation? And then the second question, how can I grow because of this situation? Because sometimes it's the questions that we ask ourselves which pile the pressure on. If we ask a better question, we can have a better result. Now, that's in my mind. So what I learned through this situation was I learned the thing called anti-fragile confidence. And I just want to tell you a little bit what anti-fragile is, because you may or may not know it. It's a phrase coined by Nassim Taleb, and anti-fragile just means that when you go through a struggle, you come out of the struggle stronger. So in a simple way, anti-fragile, we all know what fragile is. We've seen boxes where it says it's got a tape, fragile, handle with care. So if you put it in the situation of one of us, if we're fragile, we get a setback, it knocks us out. And we stay down, we're upset, we're in a bad place for quite a long time. And we all know about resilience. Resilience, we can bounce back. So we do get knocked down, but we bounce back. We bounce back. The difference with anti-fragility is that you do bounce back, but you bounce back stronger. You learn something, you grow, and you're a better person than you were before you had the challenge. So the thesis is that every challenge that we go through, we are going to get stronger. So for us, let's embrace challenges. Let's look at challenges in a different way. So I just want to share a little bit about anti-fragility, just to help you a little bit more. And there is a tool that I use, and I use with clients that I coach with. It's 3 steps. First step is reframe the challenge. Reframe the challenge. So whatever the challenge is, just reframe it. Tell yourself a different story. Second step, recover quickly. You know, you'll be upset. You'll be annoyed. You might not want to talk to someone. How quickly can you get back to your baseline? And the third step is respond with purpose. Plan what you want to do, work your plan, and build more trust in yourself. Now today, because of time, I'm just going to talk a little bit about the first step, which is reframing the challenge. Because I'm guilty as everyone else. Sometimes the story I tell myself is that it should be easier. It shouldn't be so hard to do what I want to do. But the thing is, if the things that we're striving for are easy, everyone could do it. You know, so maybe it's not meant to be easy. Maybe it's meant to be a challenge. So the question I've got for you is, do you tell yourself stories that it should be easy? Because the stories that we're telling ourselves today could be the thing that has held us back, whether it's a promotion, whether it's a new business, whether it's more money. It could be the story that we're telling ourselves. So reframing the story, an example I want to share with you. Everyone goes to the movies, I guess, from time to time, or you've seen films on TV, a nice action movie, you know, James Bond, Mission Impossible, even something like Shawshank Redemption. Imagine these films, and there was no challenges for the main actor. No challenges, no setbacks. It was just all happy days, everything's going well, everything's smooth, and then they come to the end, and it says they all live happily ever after. After you watch a movie like that, you'd probably say, well, that's a waste of time. I mean, where was the blood, where was the guts? So the moral of the story is, it's the challenge that makes the hero. So my message to you is the challenge that is going to make the hero in you. So key thing to remember, anti-fragile confidence. Reframe the story. Recover quickly. And number 3, anyone tell me? Respond with purpose. So what I want you to think about today after this talk is no matter whether you're in technology or beyond technology, we are all going to face challenges. Life is a challenge. I mean, I tell my kids that life is a challenge, so I've got to tell myself that. And sometimes we need to look in the mirror and just say, Akira, life is a challenge. Remember that. Because it's through the challenges that we're going to grow. It's through the challenges that we're going to step into the next version of ourselves. It's through the challenges that we're going to actually achieve the goal that we actually set, maybe January the 1st this year, or whatever the goal is. You're going to need to step outside of that comfort zone. So today, friends, just want to say, anti-fragile confidence is something which is a simple tool that you can learn, you can use. And I think that when a challenge comes your way, just pause for a moment. Just pause, ask yourself 2 questions. What can I learn from this challenge? And how can I grow through this challenge? And I promise you, your life will never be the same again. Thank you.